who had compelled us to move to what several nearby signs called Rape Island. Chapter 2. The reason did have something to do with high-temperature superconductors. Ordinarily, when we move electricity through wires and circuits and batteries, we lose a lot of it along the way as heat. Conductors are leaky pipes, but they're all we have. Hence, laptops and phones get hot. Faulty wires cause fires. But some materials can transfer nearly unlimited energy over nearly unlimited distances with nearly no leakage, no loss. Superconductors. Electrons move through them unobstructed, swiftly. Superconductors are like those pneumatic tubes in old department stores. Think of the potential. Move energy freely without losing heat in transit, and you could have a sustainable global power grid in about 10 years. You could have server farms without billions per annum in air conditioning. You could have safe fusion power, cost-effective seawater desalination, MRI machines as ubiquitous as smartwatches. Over time, these things would save a few billion lives. They'd save the planet. Many materials, for example aluminum or zinc, can superconduct at temperatures near absolute zero. Some less common materials can do it at higher temperatures that are still very cold. The problem is we do not know why. Nor do we know how to make any material superconduct at anywhere near the temperatures and pressures found on Earth. We do not understand the fundamental principles involved, the key elements. All we know is that the right materials must be placed under the right conditions. The conditions under which they thrive must be understood, then created for the potential of these strange materials to be realized. Conditions that are amenable to high-temperature superconductors might be hostile to everyday aluminum. Conversely, a high-temp superconductor might be perfectly useless, highly resistant, under conditions where aluminum conducts itself with aplomb. The special condition under which I thrived was collaboration with Perry Smoot. Thus, we had to go to RIP. Chapter 3. My subject was the Joe Eisenstadt-Smoot theoretical model. After college, I had declined lucrative offers from Google and J.P. Morgan so that I might toil in graduate studies under the supervision of Smoot himself. Newton and Leibniz concurrently invented calculus. Smoot, concurrently and eventually in collaboration with Joe and Eisenstadt, modeled the relation between pressure and superconductivity. Their theories, predictions bore out, plotting the curve of experimentally measured electrical resistance almost exactly. Zest was accurate to so many decimal places that Joe, Eisenstadt, and Smoot were asked to meet the King of Sweden. Still, the whole superconductivity phenomenon was barely understood. The Zest model was the best that had been done, but it was hardly a comprehensive account. I was unusually promising. I had been told I might have the capacity to improve Zest, even to render it general, the kind of thing that would mean a Nobel of my own. At the very least, I could contribute to the field, provided the right advisor would guide me. Joe was in China, Eisenstadt dead in a dreadful accelerator accident, particles everywhere. Perry Smoot and Cornell University, eager to take me on. He said we had the same kind of mind, which in retrospect should have concerned me. I should have known something was amiss when Perry was in his office on a Friday. This had never happened in over 4 years. Then one Friday, he was at his desk, on the phone, a nod to me as I passed on my way to lab. Curious, I thought. But there was code to write, test, rewrite. At this point, Perry did not trust anyone besides me to write his code. Our model was an attempt to simulate the flow of electricity through candidate high-temp superconductors. We passed the model back and forth like a relay baton, and I felt we were making progress almost daily. I was alive with it, so I was not thinking about how it must have taken something dire for Perry to be on campus on Friday. I was not thinking that the target of an internal investigation does not generally select the date of his administrative hearing. When he was again in his office on Saturday, I should